Hello students, today we are going to take up the topic oxygen. As you know that oxygen is the first member of group 16 p block elements. So let us start this topic with a very good thought. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So if you want to achieve your goal, you need to systematically plan it, implement it, and check whether the outcomes are coming as planned or not. So, learning outcomes from this session is you will be able to tell about the lab method of preparation of oxygen gas, formation of oxides in regard to reaction with metals as well as non-metals, and the nature of the oxide forms, whether acidic, basic or aromatic. So let us start with the first element, that is oxygen. So oxygen, you know that it is having atomic number 88 and the mass number is 16 and atomic weight is 15.999. And symbol is, everything is clear to you. Crystal structure, when we are talking, that is when it is in solid state, means any gas can be converted into liquid or solid by increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature. Physical state normal 20 degrees Celsius is there, that will be a gas. Okay, and if it is a solid, then it will be stayed in the orthorhombic system. So this is just the background. As you know that oxygen is earlierly we have found by when you heated any mercury based salt, mercuric oxide, that on heating that was obtained by Joseph Priestley, and so Lavoisier studied the properties of oxygen and named it as oxygen. And you know that oxygen diatomic, and therefore it's also known as dioxygen, like that the word is also used. So property as such is tasteless, odorless and colorless, and you know that it is the most abundant gas or most abundant element on earth. It is in the combined state as well as in the elemental state. So in air we are having nearly 21% oxygen by volume, and if you are talking of by weight, then it will be nearly 23%. Okay, and how it is produced? By photosynthesis, that you are already clear about that. And basically the oxygen is having occurrence of three isotopes: oxygen 816, 817 and 818, and basically maximum is 816. That's why the molecular mass of oxygen is not changing much. It is for 15.999. So that is the reason, because oxygen 816 is having majority. Okay. Now the point is, there will be difference in the properties as regard to atomic and molecular oxygen are there. Atomic oxygen, when we are talking, that is atom, O, and when we are talking of molecular, that is dioxygen, O2. Okay, so certain properties will be having difference, so we should be careful when we are dealing with oxygen atom and oxygen molecule. Okay, so now as we know that we can the normal production of oxygen is through photosynthesis, but how we can prepare in the lab, or what are the general methods of preparation of oxygen gas? So most frequent method and most important method is from the decomposition of potassium chlorate. The formula for potassium chlorate is KClO3. KClO3, when heated, it will give oxygen. So if you are using a catalyst, that is MnO2, then the temperature required will be 420 Kelvin. But if you are not using the catalyst, the temperature requirement may be 720 Kelvin. So catalyst decrease the temperature of the reaction to produce oxygen from KClO3, and ratio of KClO3 and MnO2 is 4:1. So this is the method of preparation of oxygen gas from potassium chlorate. MnO2 is acting as a catalyst. Okay, so that I have already cleared that catalyst helps in decreasing the temperature from 720 Kelvin to 420 Kelvin. And oxygen, you know that it is collected by downward displacement of water. Okay, so oxygen is collected by downward displacement of water. And as such properties earlier also we discussed, it is a colorless, odorless and tasteless gas. It is not much soluble in water. That is the reason we are collecting over water. And one of the main properties there, oxygen can be absorbed, and talk of AB, absorbed to a considerable extent in alkaline pyrogalol solution. Alkaline pyrogalol solution is having tendency to absorb oxygen gas. And moreover, you know that oxygen, if it is a gas, we have talked about earlier, solid and all that. So if oxygen is liquefied under high pressure and low temperature, we can get the liquid form of a gas, the color would be pale blue. And if we are further cooling, the color would be blue solid. Okay, so that we should be clear. And it's heavier than air basically, and it is paramagnetic in nature because of electrons present in the antibonding molecular orbital that you have studied in class 1. Now, this is also the second method of KMnO4 heating. Also, we are able to get that oxygen gas. And the product is, byproduct formed is MnO2 and K2MnO4. K2MnO4 is also known as potassium manganate. Okay. So, the next point is other methods are there like the barium oxide. So, barium oxide, you know, BaO would be there, but barium peroxide would be BaO2. So, barium peroxide we can obtain the oxygen. Barium peroxide on heating gives rise to barium oxide and oxygen. We can get from barium peroxide. Similarly, we can treat with sulfuric acid also. We can get the hydrogen peroxide, and hydrogen peroxide on decomposition gives rise to oxygen. So these are other certain methods which are available. So now, if I generalize, what are the all methods of preparation are there? First foremost method we discussed was thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition of some metal oxides like potassium chlorate, potassium nitrate, potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate, potassium perchlorate. So this on heating gives rise to oxygen as well as the side products. So this is all about the method of preparation, first method. Second is thermal decomposition of certain metallic oxide like mercury, silver, barium, hydrogen peroxide and MnO2. Why we chosen this mercury, silver? Because these are very unstable. They are not forming bond with the oxygen, not having an affinity with the oxygen. So that's why it can easily decompose. Mercuric oxide can be converted to mercury and oxygen at a temperature of 720 Kelvin. Similarly, the Ag2O also it requires approximately 620 Kelvin temperature, and barium peroxide on heating we can obtain, and hydrogen peroxide also on heating we can obtain, and MnO2 also we can obtain on heating. Third method is, this is also one of the most important method, that is action of sodium peroxide on potassium permanganate. Sodium peroxide, when you treat with sulfuric acid, or if you first dilute sodium peroxide, you will get oxygen there, NaOH and oxygen. So KMnO4 further, if you treat, then you will be getting oxygen. 5 moles of oxygen you are getting if you are treating sodium peroxide in the acidic medium. Okay. So these are the methods of preparation of oxygen. So we have to focus mainly on this method. First, potassium chlorate, which we have discussed. This is specifically mentioned in the syllabus. So don't leave that. Some part we can just scan it, that is sufficient enough. Now the next point is the chemical properties. Chemical property means chemical action of metal with oxygen, non-metal with oxygen. What are the types of oxide forms? So if you see from here, the blue color representing the basic, means to say that Li2O, Na2O, K2O, Rb2O, Cesium2O, that would be basic. Similarly, MgO, CaO, SRO, BaO or BaO2, these are all basic. Similarly, beryllium, aluminum, gallium, germanium, arsenic, tin, antimony, lead, bismuth, these are all what? So basically, metal oxides are basic in nature and non-metal oxides are acidic in nature, and metalloids are amphoteric in nature. This is the main basic area. So the oxides can be divided into two categories: metal oxides and non-metal oxides. So non-metal oxides will give you acidic character because it's acidic anhydride also. For example, carbon dioxide plus water give rise to carbonic acid. Similarly, sulfur dioxide plus water give rise to sulfuric acid or sulfurous acid. SO3 will give sulfuric, SO2 will give sulfurous. Similarly, carbon monoxide, nitric oxide and dinitrogen oxide, laughing gas, these are neutral. Okay. Next is metal oxides like Na2O, BaO shows the basic property, whereas aluminium, lead, zinc, tin, these are regarding as amphoteric oxides. So for example, if you talk of Na plus O2 gives rise to Na2O, that is basic. Similarly, CaO, basic. Fe2O3, that is also basic. Al2O3, amphoteric. Sulfur dioxide will be formed, sulfur trioxide will be formed, these are all acidic. Phosphorus plus oxygen gives rise to phosphorus pentoxide, that will also be basic, acidic. Phosphorus pentoxide, P4O10. Next is, these are the reactions written. MgO will be basic, Fe2O3 will be basic. And iron, this is the cause of rusting. Okay. Fe2O3 got X water. Now see here, copper plus oxygen. Copper as such reacting very slowly with the oxygen and it's fixing the oxygen. So that's why we are saying that it's very good to drink water in the copper vessels. It's having tendency of fixing oxygen from the air. Aluminium plus oxygen gives rise to aluminium oxide, Al2O3. Sodium gives rise to Na2O, Na2O plus water gives rise to NaOH, K2O plus water gives rise to gas. That's why we are saying metal oxides are basic in nature. Some are amphoteric, like we are talking about aluminium oxide. So how it can react both with acid as well as base. If you react with acid, let us say Al2O3 plus HCl gives rise to AlCl3 plus water. So it is the same. Thus base plus acid gives rise to salt and water. So similarly, if you are treating with a base, higher strong base, Al2O3 plus NaOH give rise to sodium metaluminate plus water. So this is representing the which behavior? Amphoteric. It can react with acid, it can react with base as well. So similarly, non-metal plus oxygen give rise to non-metal oxide, which is acidic in nature. Sulfur dioxide is acidic, sulfur trioxide is acidic, P4O10 is acidic. Okay, carbon dioxide is acidic. This way. Aluminium oxide will be amphoteric. Fine. So these are the oxides we have discussed, and if you talk of further, if I am talking about silicon dioxide, basically silicon dioxide would be weakly acidic. Okay. So as you move from left to right in a periodic table, strongly basic in the left and strongly acidic in the right. Similarly, if you react HCl with O2, give rise to water and chlorine. Okay. So this is also, I think chlorine also, this reaction will come again. Similarly, previously we have done ammonia plus O2 give rise to nitrogen and water when there is no catalyst, and ammonia plus O2 in the presence of catalyst like platinum at 800 degrees Celsius give rise to NO and water. This is the method of, this is the reaction in the method of preparation of nitric acid on commercial scale. So next comes to the uses of oxygen. So uses, basically it's a life-saving gas because for breathing we need oxygen. Medicine also used, for example, any ventilators for any supply of oxygen to the heart patient or asthma patient, oxygen is required. It is also used as a cutting tool. Steel industry, cutting tool. So because it is mixed with hydrogen, oxyhydrogen, the temperature may be 2800 degrees Celsius. Similarly, if you are using with oxygen and acetylene, acetylene is a gas, C2H2, it can give us the temperature of 3200 degrees Celsius, which is used as a cutting tool. Moreover, it's used in the fuel, rocket fuel. Okay, so this is oxyacetylene flame that I have discussed just now. It can, we can get 3000 degrees Celsius temperature with that. Further is like making of steel and methanol. Smelting process, like for example zinc sulfide plus oxygen give rise to zinc oxide plus sulfur dioxide, for the roasting purposes of the ores, sulfide ores. And one more important application is there for the divers. Normally divers require oxygen. Okay, when they go down for sea diving, they require oxygen because pressure will be high down as you go down, and what will happen that some nitrogen gas also can be liquefied, and there might be condition of bends when they will come back on the surface. So therefore these divers are given the cylinders, oxygen cylinder which contains helium. So for that, to prevent the condition of bends. Okay, and apart from that, it is used to prepare some organic compounds like phenol, sulfuric acid, nitric acid that we just now discussed, and mixture of powdered charcoal and oxygen is also used in the explosive industries. So what we have discussed is oxygen is the most abundant element on earth in the elemental state as well as combined state. Oxygen is absorbed by alkaline pyroglobal solution which changes from colorless to dark brown or moving from left to right in a period. Nature of oxide changes from strongly basic to amphoteric and then to strongly acidic. Oxygen is prepared from thermal catalytic decomposition of KMnO4, KClO3. KClO3 is specifically mentioned in the syllabus, very important. Which of the following does not react with oxygen? You know that lowest reactivity series, the platinum is there. Similarly, which oxide form following reaction are amphoteric in nature? Aluminium, zinc. Others, CaO is basic, Al2O3 is amphoteric, P4O10 is acidic, carbon dioxide is acidic, zinc oxide is amphoteric, carbon dioxide is acidic. So complete the following reaction. So already aluminium has been completed now. So if you talk of this is ethene. Ethene gives rise to carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so hopefully you will be you are knowing these answers. So thank you. Again, we can repeat the thought: goal without a plan is just a wish. So thank you very much. Keep smiling.